Hey, Friar Seniors, Father Michael here, your chaplain. Just wanted to reach out and make one last video while you guys are still seniors at St. Anthony's. I can't believe that it's almost time for you guys to leave. This is really crazy. Being a priest at St. Anthony's for my first year there, I didn't imagine myself getting so close to so many of you guys and so many of you guys opening up to me in such beautiful and vulnerable ways as your priest. And you really made me feel like I was your priest, especially this first year at St. Anthony's with so much crazy stuff happening. And my heart and my prayers really go with you guys as you leave St. Anthony's and go on to the next chapter of your life. And I just really wanted to encourage you as well. As you go forward and new horizons open up to you, really, really, really ask God to make it clear in your life what His will is for you. Maybe for a lot of you guys, you'll wind up getting married. You'll be husbands and wives. Maybe God's calling you to the married life. That's beautiful and that's awesome. Maybe for some of you guys, God's calling you to the generous single life for one reason or another. That's beautiful and that's awesome. But maybe some of you guys are being called to the priesthood and to religious life. I know for me, I began to discern that call to the priesthood and to religious life when I was like a junior and senior in high school. And I remember feeling overwhelmed by having to give up so many things like marriage, like a family, all the sacrifices that it entails, and kind of being freaked out, like how is it possible, how would it be possible to live this way? And I know from experience, like those fears, those anxieties, those difficulties and stuff, I think that's a part of human life in general. No matter where we go in life, we're going to experience the cross, we're going to experience difficulties, but how that can never be like a valid excuse to try to run away from God's will for your lives, and how that never makes our own life more fulfilled or more happy. That challenge to live out God's will for our lives, like God has a real mission for you. He has a real plan for your life. Like He cares about you. He loves you. He wants your well-being. Whenever we try to avoid the cross, it's kind of like trying to attack a walled-in city. If an attacker is worth his weight in salt, like he looks for the weakest point to attack. If he tries to go find someplace else, like if he goes to another place along the walls, like that's stronger, it's just going to be that much more difficult, that much harder. I think that's a good image for what it's like to try to avoid the cross by following our vocation or by not following our vocation. Our life never gets easier when we try to run away from sacrifices from the cross. And no matter what our vocation is in life, whether it's married life, single life, or the priesthood or religious life, there will be the cross, there will be difficulties, there will be sacrifices to make. But the beautiful thing is, like, when we live God's plan for our lives, like His life is lived within us, and we enter into like this beautiful adventure that is a life with Christ. And I could speak to my own experience, like as a seminarian, as a priest. Like I've been able to go to places I never would have imagined going to. I've met people I never would have imagined meeting. I've made friendships I never would have imagined. I've had experiences and people open up to me as a priest in ways that they wouldn't open up to anybody else. So many beautiful experiences I've had as a priest, so many beautiful and amazing things. And yeah, there's difficulties, there's tough parts too, for sure. I wouldn't lie to you. But a really beautiful life. And I kneel down before the gift of the priesthood every day. And I thank God, and I know I'm not worthy for that gift, but that God in His goodness gave it to me. So I just encourage you, if the thought ever crossed your mind, to be a priest, to be a brother or a sister, if somebody ever told you, maybe you'd be good at that. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do with your life. Maybe if it's nowhere on your radar right now, but it'll pop up at one point or another. I just encourage you to be open to that, to sit with that, to really ask God honestly and humbly and with an open heart, like, God, what's your plan for my life? And through that, that beautiful and wonderful vocation adventure that is a life lived with Christ that begins, that new horizon opens up. So please know of my prayers for you guys as you leave St. Anthony's, as you move on to new horizons that are opening up before you. And again, my great gratitude to so many of you guys for taking me in as your priest throughout this past year. Okay, so God bless you guys.